So I am living in a private apartment, which I can't reveal where, but I will definitely say that it's not very near to the university, but it's a manageable walk distance. I know for a fact that many students who plan to come here won't be having an idea about how you should be renting an apartment and how you should find people who you want to live with and everything. All the details I'm going to discuss in this video. So my sister, who is basically studying in London, told me that you can rent out apartments and basically live with people. Because our counselors and we are obsessed with student accommodations at the beginning, which I was also, to be honest. Same university, I will be able to make friends, this, that, and everything. I know that student accommodation is the safest option that someone can go with. We rent an apartment in UK as a student. Firstly, you need to definitely check out the sites that I will be saying. Zoopla, Rightmove, Unihomes, On the Market, and Open Rent. So these are the sites where you can genuinely search for apartments that you want to rent with other fellow students that are coming with you. So I'll be showing you all how to do this. So what you can do is go to the place like this, type Manchester. Greater Manchester is what we're going to look at. Select to rent. Over here, you're going to have to select the flats or apartments and just select the type of range you want per month. So per month, I would say go for 400 to 600 per month. And then as you see, when I clicked it, what I can do is for my location, I can, instead of putting Manchester, I can put University of Manchester. So if you see, there's a private flat available in Daisy Bank Road and they have the photos of it. I would also suggest go to Zoopla, enter a location, so that would be University of Manchester. So I will definitely say that's a whole finding a property on Zoopla, Rightmove, or any of the sites that I suggested is a time-consuming process because firstly, there are a lot of properties out there and you also have to get how many ever roommates with you and then make them see it, agree with it, contact the agent, ask if it's still there in this, and it's pretty much straightforward. So instead of going in detail with how to use the site, I will just give you an overview. So what you really have to do is type in where you want the area to be. So I would suggest if you're looking for University of Manchester, you just type University of Manchester, put the amount of distance you're willing to, travel from there. So if you put like 1 mile, it will show all the private flats available within a mile of the University of Manchester. So you can do that. You can also filter out the price that you're looking for. Okay, so the private flat that I had rented out was from Unihomes. It's definitely a very good site to rent out your private flat. Options out there. So it was like after you've selected the flat that you and your friends like, what you ideally have to do is put in an inquiry on the website and the agent will get back to you. When the agent gets back to you, you have to talk them through everything that you want, like contract specifications, or if you want someone from Manchester to visit your house over here, that is also one of the options. Have someone known in Manchester to tell them to view the property before you finalize it, because if they view it and see the area and everything for you, it's going to be easier. That's what I did for myself. Back at the agent, we also booked a viewing for this house, wherein my known person over here who stays over here just had a look in the house and everything. If the rooms are good, everything's good, right? What I looked out particularly before renting a flat is the electricity and everything provided in the amount specified. So generally anything that is excluded and anything that is included will also be specified. So for my property, everything is included in the bill, in the amount that was on the site that we were looking at. So suppose if your property has 170 per week, and it says that it includes all the bills and electricity. That means that the electricity bill, the water bill inside the house and has a bill is included in that amount, which is a very good deal again. So the price of my private flat is 143. Wait, let me do the calculation. I really don't remember this thing. Is 143 per week, including bills and everything. I just want to do a hair flip because what a deal, bro. I know that's a banger deal, and I managed to get it with a lot of research on every site that I've mentioned. It took me a lot of time to finalize this also because I had to find people that I wanted to live with. So that's another task. Trusting the sites and the pictures shown, and also having someone visit the property, because mostly the pictures shown in every accommodation or any sites like these are true and very well the same as shown. In fact, I was quite impressed with the similarity of the pictures and my private flat because I was not expecting it to be this similar. But this is something I've got lucky with. So generally a flat over here might be 160, 170 pounds per week, which is ideally the case. So now the price of the private flat that I'm living in has increased to 160. So it's a huge drastic change, and it will keep changing. So you do not have to compare with two different locations and accommodations because that doesn't happen over here. So after you've seen and finalized the property with the agent, I know it can get very suspicious as to if this is like not a scam, and are you gonna be fine? Is it like real? Don't worry, this all is very real, and UK has very strict legal procedures, and your university, in fact, the University of Manchester has support systems which can back you up if anything illegal happens with you. So don't worry about that you're gonna be sorted for. But I will just give you a personal thought whether if I had a chance to again choose my accommodation between student accommodations or private flats, so what should I do and why would I be doing it? So I would definitely again just choose the private flat that I'm living in. Maybe a private flat nearer to the city center or towards the university for sure. But even if it's not, the apartment that I'm living in right now is more than enough for me, and I'm very happy with it. And why? So there is obviously an advantage to each category. When you're living in student accommodations, you have firstly hotel like rooms, which I don't like because I like having a house, a real house. So that is there, but there are certain restrictions as to you cannot use a certain type of appliances, and there are certain rules that every accommodation has because it's not your private one. It's like every student is living over there. One good thing about student accommodation is that you can just have anyone anytime because there are hundreds of people in the same student accommodation, and there's a common area where you get to play. If there's a gym facility, then you can gym. So there are a lot of good perks and good things that a student accommodation does offer. I would definitely say that a lot of networking happens in a student accommodation. Definitely go for it if you feel like okay, you are okay with a student accommodation. It's definitely your choice. But if you feel like you can also do a rent in Manchester, rent is that you have a good living area, you have a kitchen, you have spacious things, because student accommodations are usually having rooms small. I've been. So that is there. Second, you'll get a homely feeling. It's a home away from home. From there, a disadvantage for the fee that if you don't get a good landlord, you might end up having arguments with the landlord. If the landlord is not doing your things properly, like if you have any appliance which is not properly, and if there's some default in it, you'll have to get behind the landlord, this, that. Whereas in student accommodation, it's comparatively easier because there are set procedures and set rules according to that. Okay, so the third option that I haven't spoken about till now is the university accommodations that they from their side. So this is something I know. I didn't opt for this because I already knew that this was out of option because of the random allocation basis. So I'll just brief you with a very limited knowledge that I have about it. So from what I know is you have to sign up for the university accommodations that they have. So I think they have like 5 to 6 campuses where there are dorms, and then you have to just select on priorities that you have to rank which ones you want, and there's like again shared bathroom or ensuite or whatever type of room you want. So you rank them, you select that, and then there's a deadline for it. After that deadline, university will allocate random basis whichever campus or dorm you get. You have to take that. If you don't want to take that, then nothing can be done. Nothing. To know this, I was like, I'm not opting for it. There are certain very good dorms that you can live in, but it's purely on luck basis. You can definitely do something like, you can back up, you can just keep and apply and just leave it as a backup out there. Find a flat or find a student accommodation. If you like that, shift in the student accommodation. If you don't, then you might as well just go with the allocated accommodation by the university. And yeah, I think that's it. I congratulate anyone who's watching this video after they've got the offer from University of Manchester or ManMet or University of Salford, anything. Start your process. This is the time. I know this is a scary time and you might be feeling like, oh my god, there's too much to do, but just take it easy, one by one. I've done everything and I know for a fact that if you just take it one by one, it's gonna be all sorted. Thank you for watching, and again, I hope that this was a very insightful video and it really helps you a lot, because I really want so many people to have the knowledge about what you can do before moving in. Bye, see you next time.